Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Judge Dad's Verdicts. Let me tell you something. Some of the things we get to talk about here on this podcast are not only unusual, but they are quite the spectacle, allegedly. I'm here, Judge Dad, Sean McMillan, with my co-host, Richard Morrow. Are you going to say something?
I'm going to say something. I'm saving a lot of it for when we get
just gesturing.
Diving into these
He's just
stories.
gesturing to the people. That's what you could do when you're overly handsome. You could just gesture.
Hey.
Well, the rest of us have to talk.
You don't have to.
No, I have to. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I'm excited about this. And just get comfortable because you're about to experience the world through the eyes of Judge Dad.
And boy, do we have some interesting topics for you today.
All right, let's get it crack-a-lacking, as we say in Brooklyn.
We're going to start off overseas today. I know you love when we start in my favorite place down under, but we're going to go overseas to start it today. And according to the SCMP, there is a man who, well, first I'm going to ask you this because I feel like it's completely relevant to this story. Do you ever have a relative or anybody that is more protective of you than you are of yourself? You know, that would literally probably... No?
No.
Maybe not you in particular.
I don't have protective relatives.
No, not relatives.
No.
You got a friend or somebody that you know, if somebody did you wrong, would jump in and, handle the situation for you without you having to do anything?
Just you.
Just me. Okay. Well, some people
You didn't
have
get
this.
a little warm, fuzzy thing?
Just a little, Well, a man took this to the entire next level and even jeopardized his own health. According to reports, his daughter was pinched by a crab, and in order to get revenge on the crab for pinching her, he decided to eat the crab.
What?
In the wild.
Wait. So this is a revenge eating?
It's a revenge eating that also ended up really taking a toll on his health.
Oh, so there are consequences for eating the crab.
Yeah, there's consequences too.
This
isn't a normal crab.
This just got all my attention.
Yeah, it's not a normal crab. The man went to the hospital about 2 months later because he was having pain in his back and his liver, a couple of different parts of his body. And he told the doctor when he was asked that he hadn't eaten anything strange. They were asking, like, could you have?
Well, that was a lie.
Yeah. And
that was a lie, fish out the pit of hell. Hold on. People, when you go to the doctor, tell the truth.
You can't lie at the doctor.
Okay? You can lie to a lot of people. You can lie to your husband, your wife. I'm not advising this. But you don't lie to your lawyer or your doctor or, wait for it, the judge.
That too.
Keep
That's
going.
a very good point. So it was revealed, of course, luckily his wife told the doctor the truth.
Thank God
And
for women.
He fessed up to the fact that his daughter was pinched by a crab, and in order to get revenge on the crab, he swallowed it alive. And this was not an ordinary crab, so it led to all kinds of health complications for him. Yeah.
Okay, if this came to my courtroom like he wanted to sue the crab, or
That's what I'm thinking. What would you feel?
I would feel like he was an idiot. First of all, we should not be so mired in revenge that we will take it out on crabs.
I mean,
what
how rough crabs are too. It takes a lot to just eat a wild crab.
No. Listen. You are absolutely correct in the texture
of crabs.
But there's a deeper moral problem here.
You're right. I'm not even skipping that over. You're absolutely
deeper moral dilemma.
Hopefully it doesn't translate to anything.
Yeah, but here's the wisdom. You ready?
Okay.
The wisdom is do something dumb and bad things will happen. Cut your mind off in the middle of anger or revenge.
Yeah.
And you sow the wind, reap the whirlwind, right?
Yeah, revenge must be a real thing. I haven't had that quality, but
I've never been so mad at an animal.
To want to hurt it.
No, to want to eat it.
Eat it. That's what you have one of them.
Never hurt it. Eat it. I'm like, listen, let me not say that. But no, we're not eating it alive. I mean, come on, man.
That's a very good point.
And then he wonders why he's in the hospital?
Yeah, 2 months later. But 2 months later, you're probably forgetting about it by that point, So play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? Is that what they say?
I don't know, but that was good.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
So we're off to a good start. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit then. We're going to go down to my favorite state.
Oh, God.
Can you guess what that is?
Florida.
Yes, sir.
Whenever you have a story of someone's nose getting bit, there's always road rage involved. I don't want to know that my shoe used to be in somebody else's, in somebody's cooch. She can't prioritize her sex life by herself.
That is very true.
Unless they're going to be some touchy. The term gun or the word gun should never be in the same sentence with Chuck E. Cheese.
I agree. So, according to the Daily Dot, there's a couple that ordered some packages off of Amazon, and when they received their package, there was over 50 pounds of weed in there. Straight marijuana, packaged up. And they were supposed to be empty bins.
Christmas came early.
Christmas came very, very early.
Yes.
And imagine just ordering some empty bins because you're about to maybe move some things in the house. Package arrives. The bins are supposed to be empty, but you realize they're kind of heavy. You're already probably nervous, right, on what's going to be in there if you know they're supposed to be empty. You open it and you find
Might be a crap.
It's almost $100,000 worth of street value.
Okay, so what happened?
Well, they tried to tell Amazon, allegedly, that this had happened, and they didn't really get much of a response. It was really kind of brushed under the rug. I think the liability probably on that was something that came into play for them that they wanted to avoid, but they didn't get much of a response. So in their, effort to protect themselves, they had to leave their home for days out of fear that someone may have their address that sent that there and may come looking for it. I want to know what you would do. That's what I want to know.
If I got how many pounds of weed?
It was over 50.
50 pounds of weed.
Let's say in between 50 and 100.
Delivered to me accidentally?
Accidentally.
I'm not going to say who I would call because I don't think that would be proper and snitches get stitches. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I would. I'm not a weed smoker.
Yeah.
Not because I'm against it at all. I just don't get high.
Yeah, true.
I don't know what that is. I think
Okay.
I have this immune thing.
Yeah.
So I make no moral judgment upon people who, involved with cannabis or anything like that. So I don't know what the hell. I would probably give it to somebody.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. Is selling it legal? It's legal.
Depends
Is it legal in
on-
Florida?
No.
Well, definitely not selling it.
I'm going to tell you what Amazon did.
What did
to
Amazon do?
compensate them? They gave them a $150 gift card.
What?
So you stumble across almost $100,000 worth of
cannabis.
God-given blessings.
Well, we could tell you're a smoker because you brought God into it.
I may dabble, but I'm in California, so that's neither here nor there.
Wait. So they gave it back or something?
They went to return
They gave it back.
and then left their own home. That's how scared they were.
Because they were afraid that the people to whom the weed originally belonged
Would come looking
for them.
Yeah.
Welcome to America, people.
Welcome to America.
Welcome to America, where you got to worry about the cartel allegedly coming to,
And you never know. Someone could have had their address, or it could have been a mistake.
Yeah, that's a little dicey.
It's very
a little
dicey, just because you don't know what.
And it is
happened.
Florida, where
it's Florida.
You got to worry about these things.
Hey,
You
that's probably the biggest point of it all, right there.
Yeah. But listen, I'll say this, right? I'll say that it's never a bad thing to do the right thing.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it's better to take a loss so that you can have peace of mind. Sometimes it's better to lose so that you can win. And if they had mired themselves in this cannabis weed game situation, right?
Yeah,
it might have put them in real jeopardy. And if not physical jeopardy, psychological, emotional, stress.
That's what TV shows are made out of, There's shows based off of crazy stuff like this.
And it's just not worth it. So actually, I think they did the right thing.
Yeah.
Just sometimes you got to wash your hands of it and say, "Get me out of this.
Yeah.
I don't want any part of this. This is not on me."
Sounds like they weren't getting much help at first either, and they took their actions into their own hands and got up out of there.
I mean, yeah.
So, to make a long story short, we're going to take it to Arizona. The National Park Service wants humans to stop licking a toad, according to the NPR, out in Arizona. People have been been licking this toad because it gives off hallucinogenic effects very, very similar.
So hold on. You gotta wait.
I was gonna give you the last little.
No. I can't process anymore. The National Park Service had to tell people to stop licking frogs.
Yes.
And people are licking frogs because it has some hallucinogen thing, right? Is that what you said?
Yes.
So people want to get high so bad
That they're licking frogs.
that
in
they're
Arizona.
licking frogs.
Yes.
Look at me, people. Look at me. Come here. I'm all for doing whatever gives you pleasure, as long as you ain't hurt nobody and it's all consensual. But there has to be a limit. And do you know what the limit is? Licking frogs.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, and it comes with potential effects as well. It could get you very sick because there's toxins that are released as well.
Do you know why? Because it's from a frog.
Like you could get sick if it touches you or goes in your mouth. And
do you know
people are
why?
just lick at it because it's a frog.
Because it's a frog.
Yeah, we don't know what frogs do all day.
But first, they're nasty. A frog can't sue me, right? It's
No.
a little nasty, little slimy things. You licking on that? What? Come on,
People
man.
are nuts, man.
No, this is, and this ain't even allegedly.
No, it's not allegedly.
The
It's been
National Park
happening.
Service had to issue a statement, right?
It says it's grown over the last few years in popularity, this act of some people take these toads and keep them just to have them around so that whenever they want to go on a DMT trip. Do you know what DMT is, by the way?
No, what is that?
So DMT is a chemical that's released in your brain right before you die. They call it, kind of
Right before you die?
Yeah. So it, is a natural thing that already is in our bodies. But in order to release it, you have to either
Die.
ingest something or
You just told
you
me.
don't have to die. But there's ways that you can simulate that experience and prolong it. So some people smoke it, some people use liquids and all kinds of things.
Explain to me why I would want to experience the sensation just
Much
before
like
death.
other hallucinogenics like shrooms and things of that nature, people do that to get more tapped in with their higher self, and it's more of a spiritual thing.
Oh, their higher self?
A lot of traditional tribes actually have used this and still do to this day, to reach different levels of consciousness.
Let me ask you a little question. Mm-hmm. How do you know so much about this?
It's got an active ingredient, ayahuasca. It's something that I've been educated on. I have friends that have done this. It's a little bit intense for my taste, not gonna lie, but it is one of those things that really is interesting to me that I kind of, wanted to know more about years ago because I heard about it.
I know too much.
Hey.
Yeah, I know too much about this. You have filled me with information.
So you know how they say right before you die, your life flashes before your eyes?
Yeah.
It's like putting yourself in that position.
I don't see. That's the point. I don't want to be in that position.
You don't think it would be nice to remember some things from your
don't-
childhood that you
I
may have
don't want
forgotten?
I don't want to be death adjacent in any way. Okay, I don't understand this is. I'm like really getting frustrated.
I know you are.
Don't you want that feeling? Let me answer. No. I want sunlight, and I want to feel rain and snow. I want a piece of fried chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want some
Yeah.
pie.
No, I agree.
I want some sweet. I ain't done. I want some sweet tea and lemonade. You know how good that stuff is together? What's that, Arnold Palmer?
Yeah.
That's what I want. I don't want to feel the sensation you get before you die.
Before you die, yeah. I hear
No,
you.
that's what.
When you put it that way, it doesn't sound pretty appetizing. You can't.
What other way is there to put it, Rich?
I mean,
Well, don't you want to see your life flash before your face? Did you just ask me that with a straight face? The devil is a lie, Rich.
you might be onto something there.
Yeah, I'm on the common sense. That's what I'm on to. Because that's what I do for a living. Common sense.
But some people say it changes their life and, they never look at life the same after, and I don't know what that means, but
Yeah.
You've had some pretty scary experiences that have altered, I feel like, your psyche at times, and some people may just be trying to induce that in their own way without having to go through a traumatic
Or without having to read a book. Read a book.
Okay.
I got plenty of suggestions for you.
All right.
The Alchemist. Can I name books? I don't. You know what I'm saying?
You can name whatever you want, man. You're the judge.
I mean, read some Soren Kierkegaard, Fear and Trembling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, on a different reptile.
Toni Morrison. Read Toni Morrison. Song of Solomon will make you want to get up and run around the room. Song of Solomon make you think you can fly.
Yeah.
Without licking toads.
Without licking toads.
Listen. No.
I'm not gonna lie. Even if I had a pet toad, I wouldn't lick it. I don't care how clean I knew it was or anything.
Rich,
so you don't have to. You don't have to convince me.
I love you, but I rebuke you, and I rebuke this story.
Well, let's go to another reptile story because I like hearing you talk about reptiles. This is actually pretty funny. This isn't funny. I'm not going to say the story is funny, but according to the Riverfront Times, you can already hear when it's a publication like the Riverfront Times that we're going to have some riverfront type stuff going on. In Missouri, there is a fest they call Venom Fest, and they have a bunch of different snakes and things of that nature. Well, this year, the festival had to end early because one of the cobras disappeared. An Egyptian cobra went missing, man. I just want to know initial thoughts on that before I even explain anything else because that's very serious.
First of all, there just are no words when someone says to you, the festival had to end early because the cobra was missing.
Literally.
Like,
and this is one of the largest cobras on the planet, by the way.
But why are they messing around with cobras? So is the festival the point of the whole... First of all, who builds a festival?
Hey, I mean, there's people that really do love snakes. I know I'm not a snake fan, but... I mean, they were all in sealed containers. I mean, it was the Egyptian cobra. It's one of the largest cobras in the world, like I said, but it's also one of the most venomous in the world.
Yes, it is.
And imagine just knowing that you work there and that this cobra is missing. The public, probably wouldn't be aware of this, but legally, I feel like that's got to be a nightmare, one, on... finding the cobra, but also making sure it doesn't bite anyone while it's missing.
And you're just laughing in the middle of this.
Because I think it's actually absurd that they found
it in the middle like this is funny.
I mean, to me, it sounds like they should have been more concerned about keeping this cobra in a setting where he just couldn't get out. A sealed container somehow, I guess, was not enough.
But you skipped a few steps.
Yeah.
You know what the first step is?
What's that?
Let's not have a festival where we invite cobras.
Yeah, I mean, the whole festival probably was about the cobras, though.
No, I don't have sympathy for people. I may have empathy, but I don't have sympathy for people who invite danger.
Well, check this out. To make it even crazier, when they opened the container, they found that it was empty, but they figured someone had to steal the cobra in order for it to be able to get out because the cobra wasn't able to get out on its own. So either someone I think this could have been an inside job, either someone that was at the event stole the cobra or someone that worked the event stole the cobra.
This is what happens when you bring a bunch of people together who like snakes. They act like reptiles, okay?
But you don't just pocket venomous snakes. I mean, I don't care if you are a snake advocate.
This doesn't surprise me. If you're willing to keep company with reptiles, then you acting like one, stealing one, doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I listen. No. No, I'm never attending anything like this, and this is kind of creepy.
So, I completely feel you on that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like we need to go to something on a lighter note because there's a lot of life-threatening stories.
Have you ever touched a snake?
I have touched a snake. I hate them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big snake fan.
Yeah, but are you afraid?
A little bit. I'm about at the same level with spiders and snakes.
Really? You scared of spiders?
Yeah, I don't like spiders.
As big as you are, you're scared of a spider.
I do not like
You do know you can step on it, right?
Yeah, but I've been places where spiders aren't as little as you think, and not really just step on type spiders, you know?
Okay.
Australia, Florida.
Well, that's what you
You ever
get.
seen a banana spider?
How big is it?
It's probably about that big.
You step on that. Look how big your feet are.
Look.
Let's keep going.
But since you like video games so much, I'm going to make you talk about a video game on this last story that we do here. Okay, we got time for one more.
That's fine, but I don't know anything about
This one gives me a little bit of a kick, I'm not going to lie. So, there's a video game, and I don't know if you know what a survival game is, but it's basically where you got to survive, and things are trying to kill you, and things of that nature. There's a game that describes itself as being set
I got
in
that
an
part.
infinite furniture store. Just imagine a furniture store that never ends. So it's pretty much IKEA.
That part I got.
They're being sued because lawyers are claiming that the game commits trademark infringement.
Well,
Outlets
okay,
have
but
drawn comparisons to
now we're in my wheelhouse. 'Cause
Yeah.
The game part, that's where I glazed over.
But it's a video game. This isn't even like they built this thing somewhere or something. This is a video game.
Yeah, but you
about
cannot
an infinite store.
send the implication or the inference
Okay.
that a certain place is associated with a certain negative outcome and not expose yourself to being somewhat liable, right?
Okay. You know, I think you may be right because I think they were probably hinting and using IKEA's likeness. It says that it was a blue box-like building with yellow vertical stripe. You know, okay, I get it. I get it.
No, you get it. How about he says, I get it. How about if somebody created a game and they used a similar front to your house,
Okay.
right? And in the game, people were whatever negative thing could possibly happen.
Okay.
And then you saw the game, and you was like, that looks like my house. What would you do?
I would be pretty upset, I'm not going to lie. And they do say that there's furniture that looks like IKEA furniture. But what does IKEA furniture look like? It looks like furniture. All furniture looks like IKEA furniture. That's the point of IKEA. You know what I mean? Am I wrong? That's the point of IKEA in my eyes.
I'm not. So you're on the side of the game people.
Yeah, I mean, listen, IKEA is a company. It says they made $25 billion last year.
What does that have to do with anything?
No, it's not that it has anything to do with it. Just
I'm
keep
on
up with me for a
IKEA.
second.
I'm on your side, friends.
I'm all with the underdogs.
Hold on. And if you want to sponsor this show because I'm really on your side, then I want you to do that.
Hey, look.
He's on the side of the gamers with IKEA. I'm with you. Sue them.
So,
And I hope you win.
IKEA makes a lot of money, but I know the gaming industry makes even more. So,
But this is not about money.
this isn't about money, but this is what I'm going to say.
And finish my
Go
thought
ahead,
before.
go ahead.
But I want to hear your thought.
Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off.
You're not. It's all good.
But this is about negative connotations and consequences being attached to your brand.
Okay.
And you have the right to say, I don't want my brand to be associated with something this negative or whatever it is. And you have a brand.
It's a video game.
Okay.
You know,
These
are
not
kids.
He's not getting it
I get what you're saying.
simply because he does not want to.
You're
And do
right.
you know why he does not want to? Because he plays these games.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm objective. I don't play games.
Should live a little more, Doc.
Go lick a frog.
Go look a frog or something.
Yeah.
But
have a near-death experience.
okay, to round this out, my point was the only thing that I'm, on the game side about is one, they wanted to be, I feel like, probably thinking out of the box. They're like, okay, let's do this concept, infinite store, kind of like mixing a game like Zombies in there with it. They probably did this with the intention of getting IKEA's attention and hopefully getting a sponsorship or
they
some
got it.
kind of. And it turned around and came back as a cease and desist letter from their lawyers. But it's like these kids only have $49,000 behind this game. Gaming industry is a pretty big industry. I could see IKEA taking advantage of that and making a lot of money if they, want to help these kids make their dreams come true. It's a lot. I think that, that effort to make the game and to have the support that they were having was a good sign that people were on the right track and really liked it. So
You see
why
my
crush
face?
the little guy? Why crush the little guy?
You
That's
see my
only thing.
face?
I see your face.
What do you think my face is saying?
You're crushing the little guy. I'm the little guy, and you're crushing me.
No. You know, what do you think my face is saying?
That you're crushing me. I'm the little guy. You're IKEA.
Now
that's what your face
says. Now you know
to be.
damn well that's not what my face is saying. Okay, now you know that. We know each other very well, and you know that's why you laughing so hard, because you know that's not what my face is saying.
Look, I have to stick to my guns, okay?
Yeah, there's a lot of self-interest coming out for you in this story.
There is.
But I get your point. I do think that sometimes it could
change their lives.
Corporations can be overbearing. I mean that's I think independent of any particular one.
Yeah.
I think that can be true.
Yeah.
But I also think that let's take it away from companies. Let's bring it down to the level of where I practice. People.
Yeah.
You have the right and the responsibility to make sure that your name and reputation is associated with things that represent who you are.
True.
And no one is going to defend. Let's take it out of the corporate human beings.
Yeah.
No one is going to defend who you are better than you.
You're right.
And if you do not stand up for yourself in places and in rooms where people want to provide connotation that is negative, then you're not a victim. Yeah. You're a volunteer. Stand up for yourself every chance you get. You owe it to yourself to make sure that people are putting respect on your name.
You know what? I can't argue with that at all. I think that is a very, very profound message that people can learn from. You guys should really take that one. I can't even make a joke about that. That's how good it was.
See? All right. Are we done?
Yeah, I think we are. I think that's a good note to end on because people could take something from that.
Yeah.
I think that's the last thing that they should remember about this episode.
and your laughter.
And my laugh.
And your laughter. Listen, everybody, thank you for tuning in and being a part of this, I think, absolutely amazing episode. We'll be back with more of the strangest, interesting, and complicated stories that you've ever heard. He's got a lot of stories, and I got a lot to say about the story. Hey, everybody, thank you for watching. We always appreciate you taking the time to be with us. If you like what you see, and I know you do, make sure you subscribe right here. Like it, share it, become a part of the movement, because this is a movement of joy, good feeling. McMillan and Morrow. Judge Dad, verdicts. Saying too much right now. What am I saying?